In the ancient city of Savatthi, where the sunlight dances over golden temples and emerald hills, there lived a story often forgotten by time. Among its citizens were a husband and wife, known not for their kindness, but for hearts as cold and hard as unworked stone. They hoarded their wealth and guarded their gates, seeing the world not as a community, but as a series of threats to their comfort. One quiet morning, as the mist still clung to the trees, a lone monk approached their home, his footsteps light and steady. He carried nothing but an alms bowl, his presence a calm lake amidst the turbulent winds of the bustling city. Upon seeing him at the gate, the wife did not offer rice or water. Instead, her face twisted with a bitter, unprovoked resentment. "Begone, idle wanderer!" she shouted. Her voice was sharp, cutting through the morning silence like a rusted blade. The monk did not flinch. He looked at her with a majestic silence, his gaze holding neither anger nor judgment, only a soft, questioning sorrow. "Sister," he said softly, "why do you choose to carry such a heavy burden of cruelty in your heart? It serves no one." Her anger only flared brighter. Just then, her husband returned, his face flushing deep red as he saw the stranger at his door. Without a word of greeting, he drew a sharp iron knife from his belt. The steel glinted dangerously in the sunlight. He rushed toward the monk with murderous intent, driven by a cocktail of greed and a misplaced sense of pride. But as he lunged, something extraordinary happened. A shimmering, transparent wall of light appeared around the monk, like a shield of pure crystal. The husband struck the wall with all his might. The knife hit the surface with a metallic ring, but the monk remained untouched. He stabbed and slashed frantically, his breath coming in ragged gasps, but the wall was as solid as a mountain. "Open this door," the husband roared, his voice cracking with frustration. "What sorcery is this?" The monk looked at him with profound compassion. "I will open it," he replied, "but first you must throw away that sharp knife." The husband scoffed, thinking he could simply overpower the monk with his bare hands once the barrier was gone. He tossed the knife aside. He waited for the wall to vanish, but it remained as solid and shimmering as before. His smirk quickly faded into confusion. "I threw it away," he yelled. "Why is the door still shut?" The monk stepped closer to the edge of the barrier. "I was not talking about the knife in your hand," he said. "I meant the knife in your mind, the cruelty, the hatred, and the intent to harm that you carry within you." The words hit the husband harder than any physical blow. The realization washed over him, cooling the fire of his rage. He saw himself clearly for the first time, the ugliness of his own malice and how it had built a wall far, stronger than the one before him. Deep sorrow and repentance flooded his heart. Tears welled in his eyes, and he fell to his knees in the dust. "Forgive me," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "I have been blind to my own cruelty." As the husband's inner cruelty was extinguished, the crystal wall began to fade, dissolving into the air like morning mist. The monk's simple robes began to glow with a brilliant golden light that outshone the sun. He revealed his true form, the Buddha, the awakened one, radiating a presence of infinite compassion. The couple sat at his feet, their hearts finally open, as the Buddha began to teach them the Dharma of compassion and loving kindness. They learned that the greatest protection is not a wall of stone or steel, but a mind free from the intent to harm. As the sun set over Savatthi, painting the sky in shades of violet and orange, the couple felt a peace they had never known. The physical knife lay forgotten in the grass, but the knife in their minds was gone forever. In the garden of their lives, seeds of kindness were finally beginning to take root, nurtured by the light of wisdom. May we all find the courage to lay down the knives in our own minds and walk the path of peace,